Hi everybody, and welcome to the magic of drawing. I'm TJ. You know, drawing has always been the most wonderful and magical experiences of my life. I am so happy to bring the magic of drawing to you and in your studio and help you become a better artist as well. Now, I tend to draw fast, so now you can pause me, you can rewind me, you can slow me down, you can fast forward, or you can choose whatever feature or lesson you really want to learn over and over again. In fact, you and I can draw anytime you want to. I'll be there waiting for you. I've got my pencils. I'm ready to draw, so let's let the magic begin.
Welcome, friends. Let's grab a pencil and we'll draw again. We'll make some magic and it all begins right here with me and you. From my lighthouse studio at Pencil Point, USA. Together we can change the world in oh so many ways. Let's start today.
One of the greatest drawing tools ever invented is called the Smudging Stump. I call it the magic wand of drawing because it truly is a magical tool when it comes to pencil illustrating. I love it above all other stuff that I draw with because it does so many cool effects with our gray shading and our rainbows and all the cool things a pencil can do. The magic wand makes it even better. When you buy a magic wand, in the kit you're going to see one that looks just like this. Now it's white compressed paper. So you don't want to try to sharpen it or paper is just going to blow all over the place. It's just compressed paper that is used to smear the graphite into the pores of the paper. How gracefully you can do that comes with practice and eventually into your style. The more you draw with these brand new white ones, they're going to turn out looking like the 3 samples I have here. And you can see how dirty they get. That's exactly what I want. Now, let's turn the power of this magic wand on. I first want to start with a cool and misty waterfall. Now I'm going to take my number 2 pencil. Like every drawing that we do, we like to start with a preliminary sketch, a line drawing that leads us into what we're going to detail. Now in this case, it's going to be just a nice waterfall that rolls down, oh, we'll go about like that. Now as water falls, it falls very straight, rolling off the top. Matter of fact, I think I may even put a rock right there in the middle and just show you how to split that water a little bit. And it's going to have a nice little layer of mist down at the base, and that's where the magic wand is really going to come into to work. Now I'm going to shade this stone, taking my ebony, working my darkest shadows first, creating some of the cracks and grooves in that little stone. I'll go to the point to get to some of these finer details. Now I'm going to assume my light source is coming from top right today, so I'll put me just a little ray of light coming. Because now that law of light, my incoming light source is going to determine all my shadows and all the cool effects, especially on this rock. Now I must shadow the opposite of my incoming light. Now I'm going to soften that down just a touch with the magic wand. Now that rock, being in the middle of a waterfall like that, is like sticking your finger in that falling water. It's going to go around that finger. In this case, it's going to go around that rock. It's going to split the water. So I want to create that effect. I'll go to the point of my pencil and just kind of roll this line down on both sides. Lay me down a little bit of graphite in here, working vertically. Something that my magic wand can smear around. Take the magic wand, working true vertical. Soften it down. Remember, water is a very soft object to draw. Doesn't have a lot of harsh edges. In fact, I'll go ahead and tone these down while I got the stump. Just soften them down. And we'll assume there's a wonderful lake surface up here way back in the back. And in fact, in our landscape, I'm going to show you how to do all that. We'll put islands and all kinds of neat stuff. But I want that water to be rolling down this hill, over the lip. So take the smudging stump and just add a couple of little guidelines. I'm going to follow these lines, create the flow. These are flow lines down the waterfall. Now I'm going to use the very fine point of a number 2 pencil to create some current. Now to do that, it's going to go around that rock and fall down that hill. But look how it disappears. The pencil just came off the paper, rolls off, disappears. From the flat surface of the lake, rolls over the hill and disappears. Another one disappears. I want to soften those down as well. Now here's a cool effect. Using the finger to shade with or the smudging stump, if my light is coming in this way, this bank, this mud hill or rock cliff is going to cast a shadow opposite that light source. So I'm going to use the smudging stump to show you that effect. I'm just turning it a little bit more on its side to cover more ground and casting a shadow and toning all that down even further with my finger.
Don't go away. More from TJ coming right up.
Have you ever wanted to be an artist? Wouldn't it be awesome to illustrate realistic artwork with all the shadows and details like this with just a pencil? Have you always believed drawing like this would never be possible?
When I first sat down, I didn't think I could do it.
Now you can learn to draw with America's art teacher, TJ Johnson, in his exciting new How to Draw DVD course called Let the Magic Begin.
He taught me a lot.
TJ is an excellent teacher.
Not only do my students enjoy using it, but my children at home enjoy it, and we have a lot of fun with it.
I had a great time drawing with TJ.
Got my pencils. I'm ready to draw, so let's let the magic begin.
You're going to love drawing with TJ. Right away in Disc 1, TJ will teach you the 5 magic lines, geo shapes, 10 fantastic shading techniques, and how to shade different times of the day.
It was very easy.
He builds on the creativity that sort of lives within each one of us.
And then you'll learn how to draw with a smudging stump to create the subtle tonal values of a misty waterfall, mountain mist, campfire, chimney smoke, and how to create storm clouds.
TJ is an excellent teacher. He's extremely entertaining, he's very informative, and he's inspiring.
Drawing with TJ was easy.
My very first drawing just amazed me.
Hours of personal instruction with America's art teacher, TJ Johnson.
Follow that creative dreamer and draw, draw, draw. So long, everybody.
It's more than just the basics of drawing.
TJ is a lot of fun.
For more free lessons and tips, tricks, and cool techniques, visit tjsmagicofdrawing.com.
Got my pencils. I'm ready to draw, so let's let the magic begin. Now I'm going to need some mist at the base of this waterfall, so I'm going to very lightly sketch in some foamy. It's almost like drawing tiny little cotton balls or tiny little scoops of ice cream that have a little flat jiggly base. See how it's kind of flat, but it's not straight across. That wouldn't be realistic. It's kind of zigging and zagging out. I'm just doing a preliminary line sketch. And now watch this misty base of the waterfall begin to take shape with what graphite I've already embedded on the board. Swirling it around in little donuts. Little circles. Softening down all the edges of that mist right down into the, let's say there's a little river down here, and that's underneath the mist is always a little darker patch. This waterfall has what's called eroded a deep pocket underneath this mist. So it's deeper underneath here. And to represent deeper in water, lay down just a little bit darker shadow. Again, using the side of my pencil as much as I possibly can. If we use the point, well, we'd be here with 4 or 5 DVDs just trying to get that filled in with the point of the pencil. So using the side is not only quick, but it gives you a really soft effect as well. Take my finger and soften it down. Now the cool thing about mist is it may cast just a tiny little shadow, little tufts of round gray back here right behind it. What that does is bring this white contrasting surface of the mist against this gray tone together, and that contrast really brings us forward. Working little swirls, soften that down again. Oh, let's say there's some little misty spray coming out, just little drops of water you can add all over the place. Remember our pointillism effect from our shading class? You just add some little soft speckles like that and some current lines. Show this little river below has a little bit of current, just like we did these current lines with the point of the number 2 pencil. Soften all those down. And that's a simple way of drawing mist at the base of a waterfall And to make it look just kind of cool, I like to take an ebony pencil and just put a nice little branch sticking up out of the water. And this overlapping of this layer in front of that white misty layer in front of that waterfall gives us 3 dimensions. It gives us height and width, but we also got some really wonderful shadowy depth in our work. And just like this rock splits the water here and it begins to merge together there, I think this little stick is going to split the water just a little in the current. And maybe have just a little reflection, and watch how this smudging stump can make a reflection. Now I like to drag the reflection down, opposite of the way it's going here, so there's a little bit of curve there. Then I like to draw the current right over it, and that sends that reflection right down into the water. You can take your eraser, create some current lines, using this cool little cutter eraser, cut right into some of those reflections, breaking it apart. What happens is that sends it right down into the water. And that's a neat little effect for drawing waterfall mist. Now, you can add all kinds of cool rocks and cliffs and grass and edges, and when we do landscapes, we're going to explore that even more. See you next time, and remember, life is art, so draw something beautiful. Follow that creative dreamer and draw, draw, draw. So long, everybody.
For more free tips, tricks, and cool techniques, visit tjsmagicofdrawing.com.